Hello and welcome. Namaste from New Delhi. This is DD India Live, the voice of 1.4 billion Indians to the world. I'm Gautam Roy, and coming up in the next 30 minutes. India is set to send 7 all-party delegations worldwide to further corner Pakistan. Its Prime Minister admits India has hit its main airbase and other key locations on the 10th of May itself as part of Operation Synindur. Arab leaders at their Baghdad summit call for an immediate end to the fighting in Gaza as Israel launches a new offensive. Zelensky calls for stronger sanctions on Moscow after a Russian drone kills 9 bus passengers in northeastern Ukraine. And it's showtime once more as the IPL returns after a brief pause. Royal challengers Bengaluru are to take on Kolkata Knight Riders tonight. Now, India's fight against terrorism emanating from across the border in Pakistan, namely Operation Synindur, is far from over. After beating Pakistan in the battlefield, India is set to corner and isolate it further at the global stage. As many as 7 all-party delegations are set to visit key partner countries, including members of the UN Security Council later this month. Members of Parliament from different parties, prominent political personalities and distinguished diplomats will be part of each delegation. Shashi Tharoor, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Sanjay Kumar Jha, Baijant Panda, Kanimori Karunanidhi, Supriya Sule, Shrikant Eknath Shinde, each will lead 7 delegations. Now, the all-party delegations will project India's national consensus and resolute approach to combating terrorism in all forms and manifestations. They will carry forth to the world the country's strong message of zero tolerance towards terrorism. The delegation would also aim to expose Pakistan's continued support for terrorism at the global stage. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has admitted that India's ballistic missiles hit Noor Khan Air Base, its main airbase, and other sites on the 10th of May itself. While addressing a ceremony held at the Pakistan Monument on Friday, Pakistan's Prime Minister said Army Chief General Asim Munir called him around 2:30 in the morning to report the strikes. Sharif mentioned the use of local technology and Chinese jets by Pakistan's Air Force, but confirmed that India's missiles hit their targets.
9:10 की दरमियानी रात में तकरीबन 2:30 बजे सिपह सलार जनरल सईद आसिम मुनीर ने मुझे सिक्योर फ़ोन पे मुझे बताया कि वज़ीर-ए-आज़म साहब, हिंदुस्तान ने अपने बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल अभी लॉन्च किए हैं, एक नूर खान एयरपोर्ट पे गिरा है और कुछ और दूसरे इलाकों में गिरे हैं.
India launched Operation Synindur on the 7th of May as a decisive military response to the 22nd of April Pahalgam terror attack. Air Marshal A.K. Bharati presented the composite picture on the 12th of May of the targets engaged by the Indian Air Force during Operation Synindur. After this, on the 10th of May, an understanding of the cessation of hostilities between India and Pakistan was announced.
We have targeted the length and breadth of the adversary. I'm sure most of you would have already seen the effect of these strikes on ground, courtesy the large number of videos and photographs being circulated in the media. A few representative examples from the open source are now being shown to you on the screen. In fact, 2 of them. This is the strike on the Noor Khan Air Base. And you can see the effect. I'm sure most of you have seen the video. I have also picked it up from your sources only. This is the aftermath of our strike at Rahim Yar Khan Air Base. You can see the massive crater that it has left on its runway.
BJP's Member of Parliament Ravi Shankar Prasad vowed on Saturday to convey India's concerns effectively in front of the international community after being named as one of the leaders of the delegations that are going to be visiting key partner countries to project India's continued fight against cross-border terrorism.
बहुत अनुग्रहित हूं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का कि जो सांसदों का डेलीगेशन जा रहा है उसमें एक डेलीगेशन को लीड करने के लिए उन्होंने मुझे चुना है। जहां तक सुबह मुझे जानकारी मिली है कि मेरी अगुवाई में जो डेलीगेशन जाएगा वो सऊदी अरेबिया, बहराइन, कुवैत और अल्जीरिया जाएगा। तो जाकर के मैं ब्रीफिंग हम लोग लेंगे और फिर भारत का प्रभावी पक्ष और अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच और भारत की एकता इस पूरे मामले में।
An opposition Congress MP Shashi Tharoor also on Saturday reacted to the government's invitation to lead an all-party delegation to key partner countries. Taking to microblogging site X, Tharoor asserted that when the nation's interest is involved and his involvement is needed, he would readily step up to serve. He also said that he is honoured by the invitation of the Government of India to lead an all-party delegation to 5 key capitals. NCP leader Supriya Sule also expressed her gratitude towards the Prime Minister. She said that the mission is to convey India's united and unwavering message of zero tolerance against terrorism. Lauding the Prime Minister's move, JDU leader Sanjay Jha said that it is a significant step towards the Prime Minister's relentless focus on eliminating terrorism. He assured that India's political parties stand united and firm in ensuring the nation's pride and glory. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has addressed the Jaipuriya National Convocation in New Delhi on Saturday, and speaking on the success of Operation Synindur there, the Vice President said that it was under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that the armed forces attacked the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Taiba and other terrorist organizations. VP Dhankar also praised the army's or armed forces personnel that stood strong in these times, resulting in no harm caused to any civilian.
It was a remarkable retaliation befitting our ethos of peace and tranquility to the barbarity that happened on April 22, Pahalgam, deadliest attack on our civilians since 2008 Mumbai attacks. The Prime Minister of the country, Shri Narendra Modi, sent a message from India's heartland, Bihar, to the entire global fraternity. Those were not empty words. The world has now realized what he said is a reality. In the mechanics of war and fight against terrorism, a new benchmark has been set. Indian armed forces targeted Jaish-e-Mohammed at Bahawalpur, deep inside Pakistan territory, beyond international border, headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, also Lashkar-e-Taiba's base, Muridke. No one is asking for proof now.
And Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on Saturday visited the line of control in the Karna sector of Kupwara district to take stock of the prevailing situation and assess security and developmental initiatives in the region. During his visit, the LG interacted with residents affected by cross-border shelling from various areas. He assured them with the government's unwavering commitment to their safety, providing adequate relief measures and expediting developmental works in the border areas. The governor also chaired a comprehensive review meeting with senior civil and security officials to discuss the overall security environment, ongoing public welfare projects and issues faced by the local population.
प्रशासन के अपने साथियों का मैं बहुत आभारी हूं, जिन्होंने बहुत कठिन परिस्थिति में भी सदैव मौके पर डटे रहे और आवाम को कोई कठिनाई न हो, इसका उन्होंने भरपूर प्रयास किया। प्रशासन ने आकलन कर लिया है और उस आकलन के आधार पर जो अविलंब सहायता दी जा सकती थी वो दे दी गई है। जो क्षति हुई है उसका एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्लान डिविजनल कमिश्नर कश्मीर और सीनियर ऑफिसर मिलकर बनाएंगे। उस आधार पर भारत सरकार से अनुरोध करके लोगों को पूरी तरह से रिहेबिलिटेट किया जाएगा।
The J&K LG then visited the headquarters of Shakti Vijay Brigade in the Tanga sector. During the visit, the LG was briefed on the ongoing operational developments in the Tanga sector, including the conduct and progress of Operation Synindur. He interacted with the troops of the Shakti Vijay Brigade, commending them for their valor, high morale and steadfast dedication to duty. And also in a significant nationwide outreach effort, the 11-day-long Tanga Yatra is underway across the country to honor the courage and sacrifice of India's armed forces, particularly celebrating the success of Operation Synindur. People of Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtwar region participated in the Tanga Yatra, honoring the Indian armed forces. Carrying the national flag and chanting slogans like Vande Mataram, participants from all walks of life turned the streets of Kishtwar into a sea of saffron, white and green. And in support of Operation Synindur, Tanga Yatra was also organized in the northwestern Indian city of Udaipur in the state of Rajasthan to showcase solidarity with the armed forces and patriotism. Rajasthan is again a border state adjoining Pakistan. People from all walks of life in Ahmedabad also participated in the Tanga Yatra rally, carrying the national flag and paying their tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of Indian soldiers. In Uttarakhand's Haldwani, people participated in the Tanga Yatra to honor the brave soldiers and to celebrate the success of Operation Synindur. In Haryana's Kurukshetra, another Tanga Yatra was conducted. A large number of young enthusiasts participated in the Yatra, showing unity and pride with the armed forces. Now, the State Investigation Agency is conducting raids at multiple locations across central and north Kashmir. Sources say that the searches are in connection with an ongoing crackdown on suspected terror-related activities in the region. The searches are being conducted at Sopore, Baramulla, Handwara, Gandarbal and Srinagar areas on Saturday. In a significant breakthrough, India's National Investigation Agency has arrested two ISIS-linked absconders, Abdullah Fayaz Sheikh and Talha Khan, at the Mumbai International Airport after they returned from hiding in Indonesia's Jakarta. The duo was wanted in a 2023 case involving the fabrication and testing of IEDs in Pune, Maharashtra. During 22-23, they had conducted a bomb-making workshop and a controlled explosion to test an improvised explosive device. The NIA continues to investigate the broader network behind the module and its possible links to other domestic and international terror plots. And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Israel launches Operation Gideon's Chariot to achieve operational control in areas of the Palestinian enclave. The White House dismisses Moodys' downgrade on US credit rating, citing politics behind the move. And US President Trump's sweeping tax bill bombs in a key congressional committee as 5 Republicans reject it.
Our actions harm the planet. But the good news is, we can also mitigate some of the damage.
We store the waste material like metal dust, metal pins that accumulates so that we can use it later for painting or some other artwork.
We've invented our own alternative cement, which essentially is compatible with crop residues, because of which Agrocrete, the world's first verified carbon negative bioconcrete.
When my son died, I wanted to take my life too. I lost a child, but I have started an initiative and planted 500,000 trees.
As an alternative to clay bricks, we have come up with concrete hollow blocks that are environmentally friendly.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, the Israeli military on Friday night announced the launch of the initial phase of a major new ground and air campaign in Gaza, codenamed Operation Gideon's Chariots. Approved unanimously by Israel's Security Cabinet on the 5th of this month, the operation marks a shift towards the goal of reasserting control over the Gaza Strip and intensifying efforts to dismantle Hamas. In a statement, the Israeli Defense Forces said they had carried out extensive strikes and deployed troops to key positions across Gaza as part of the campaign's opening maneuvers. The military described the offensive as a strategic escalation intended to achieve the full objectives of the war, including the liberation of hostages still held by the Hamas and the group's total defeat. The Israeli army also released a video on Friday showing strikes on Hamas's military infrastructure. The IDF in a post on social media platform X said that the IDF has begun conducting extensive strikes and mobilizing troops to achieve operational control in the areas of Gaza over the past one day. And this is part of preparations to expand operations and fulfill the objectives of the war, including the release of hostages and the dismantling of the Hamas terror organization. IDF troops will continue to operate in order to protect Israeli civilians and achieve the objectives of the conflict. Arab leaders convened in Baghdad on Saturday, issuing a unified call for an immediate end to the conflict in Gaza and a renewed push for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian crisis. The summit came amid one of the deadliest phases of Israeli airstrikes since the collapse of a truce in March. The bombardment intensified on Thursday, coinciding with the end of US President Donald Trump's Middle East tour on Friday, a visit that concluded without any clear progress towards a ceasefire. Israel has denied accusations of genocide and ethnic cleansing in Gaza, stating its objective remains the dismantling of Hamas's military and governing infrastructure.
I am alarmed by reported plans by Israel to expand ground operations and more. And I emphasize that the United Nations will not participate in any so-called aid operation that does not adhere to international law and humanitarian principles of humanity, impartiality, independence and neutrality.
Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei launched a scathing attack on US President Donald Trump. Speaking on Saturday, Khamenei accused Trump of lying about seeking peace in the region during his recent Gulf tour. In a strong rebuke, Khamenei said, and I quote, "The United States talks of peace while handing over 10-ton bombs to the Israeli regime, bombs that rain down on the children of Gaza," end quote. The comments came just a day after Trump issued a stern warning urging Iran to act swiftly on a US proposal concerning its nuclear program or face, in his own words, something bad.
He said that he wanted to use power for peace. He lied. But they did not do that. They used their power to provide the Zionist regime with 10-ton bomb to drop on children in Gaza, hospitals, people homes in Lebanon, and whatever they could.
And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called on Saturday for stronger sanctions against Moscow after a Russian drone killed 9 bus passengers in northeastern Ukraine. Commenting on the drone strike in the Sumy region, Zelensky said pressure must be exerted on Russia to stop the conflict, further adding that without tougher sanctions and even stronger pressure, Russia will not seek real diplomacy. And Ukraine's security services said on Saturday that its drones have hit an ammunition depot in Russia-occupied Crimea causing a powerful detonation at warehouses where military equipment, weapons and fuel had been stored. Meanwhile, the Russian Defense Ministry said that its troops have captured the settlement of Oleksandropil in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. And Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has said on Saturday that Russian President Vladimir Putin could meet Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky, but only if certain agreements are reached.
Such a meeting is possible only after the work of the delegations of the two sides upon reaching certain agreements by these delegations. We consider it possible, but precisely as a result of the work and achievement of certain results in the form of agreements between the two sides. At the same time, when signing the documents to be agreed upon by the delegations, the main and fundamental issue for us remains who exactly will sign these documents from the Ukrainian side.
Now, a budget bill long touted by President Donald Trump as the big beautiful bill hit a roadblock on Friday when lawmakers from the president's own party voted against it in Congress. The bill aims to eliminate taxes on some tips and overtime income, boost defense spending and provide more funds for Trump's border crackdown. Trump is pushing lawmakers in the Republican-controlled Congress to pass a bill extending the 2017 tax cuts that were his signature first-term legislative achievement. According to non-partisan analysts, the bill will add trillions to the federal government's $36.2 trillion debt. Now, the House Budget Committee's chairperson, Representative Jody Arrington of Texas, has scheduled a rare Sunday night session to try again. And the White House adopted an aggressive tone towards Moodys after the ratings agency downgraded the US's credit rating on Friday. White House Communications Director Stephen Chung reacted to the downgrade through a social media post, signaling out Moody's economist Mark Zandi for criticism. He called Zandi a political opponent of US President Trump and said that he has been proven wrong time and time again. Now, this put down for Moody's came after it announced a downgrade of the US sovereign credit to AA1 on Friday, citing rising debt and interest payments that outpaced those of similarly rated sovereigns. This move marked the end of an era as Moody's was the last major agency to maintain a AAA rating for US sovereign debt. Sports now, and the biggest cricket carnival, Indian Premier League, is set to resume on Saturday as Ajinkya Rahane-led Kolkata Knight Riders will be locking horns with Rajat Patidar's Royal Challengers Bengaluru. The tournament, which has 13 matches still left, will continue across 6 Indian cities, with the final now scheduled for the 3rd of June. Playoffs qualification beckons Bengaluru, while elimination stares Kolkata Knight Riders in the face as the two sides meet in the 58th fixture. A win for RCB over the defending champions will guarantee a top 4 berth and clear the course for it to stake claim for a top 2 spot. For KKR, a defeat will send the outfit crashing out. The tournament was suspended for a week amid conflict between India and Pakistan. A sea of white will engulf M. Chinnaswamy Stadium later this evening as fans are all set to pay their tribute to the modern-day legend. In the wake of Virat Kohli's recent retirement from Test cricket, fans across the country united to honour the former Indian captain in a unique and heartfelt way, that is, by wearing white. The call to action began in social media by a group of Virat Kohli fans, and it soon snowballed across fan forums. The white jersey, symbolic of Kohli's formidable Test legacy, became a collective expression of admiration from fans who had followed his every innings with awe. Listen in to what they say. Well, we'll bring those reactions a little later, and that's all we can pack in this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS. You can scan the QR code on the screen and download the app right away. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.
complex issues, hidden agendas,